Camera really following me everywhere I go. Like, dang. What's good with y'all, man? As y'all can tell by the title of the video, yes, I'm reading a book. And yes, it's been since, high school since I read a book for real? Like, actually reading a book, and we don't count mangas or nothing like that. Actually reading a book, it's been like high school. And even in high school, I ain't really read a book, I only did it for like a project or anything like that. Went to college for a little bit, but, I ain't really read a book. Actually, in my whole entire lifetime, I don't think I read a book from start to finish at all. It's crazy to think, right? Yeah. But I'm pretty sure a lot of people haven't read a whole book, like, their lifetime. So, maybe I might not be the only odd one out. Actually, not maybe. I know for sure I'm not the only odd one out. Why I wanted to read a book? Simple. I want to expand my vocabulary. And also, I just want to, do different things in life, you feel me? All I do is make music, play the game. What else? Go out then and there. And, I just want to read a book. And actually, in 2021, I actually did buy a couple of books from Barnes & Noble. I read, one page of, one of them joints. I'm pretty sure it was this one, and I just never read again. So, there goes that. But I'm glad I still got these books, because now I can actually read it. And as you can tell, I don't have no bookmark. This is definitely a paper towel in my hand, inside the book as a bookmark. And I only read 2 chapters so far. I tried to make videos to it, but them joints just wasn't hitting at all. Yeah, man, we just gonna be reading. I know this channel is about music and everything, but, I'm trying to change up everything and make this channel about anything I do in life. So you're gonna be seeing a lot of diverse stuff. Music still gonna be the main focus, but y'all gonna see a lot of diverse things. Starting off with me reading a book. Now, if you don't want to hear me reading a book, that's fine. You can click off this video. To be honest, I think I read very nice. After just reading those first 2 chapters, I did some in my head, and I did some out loud, just reading. I be stumbling on a couple of words, but it is what it is. You feel me? And yeah, man, this book, it's called The Chosen by, what's his name? Taram Matharu. Hopefully I said his name right. Give y'all a little quick backstory, because I ain't gonna be reading for too long. But to give y'all a quick backstory, this book is kind of crazy already. So the first chapter, bro, this man is running from some type of monster, and he's going through the worst scenarios possible. He's on the edge, on the ledge with this huge black monster. Of course he gotta be black, but yeah, he's running from a huge black monster. And that monster is trying to kill that man. So, he's trying to get away. It just spawned you out of nowhere. It's basically even the book said, place, time, date, unknown. I don't know where this man is. His name is Clyde. And, yeah, bro, he's just basically going through it. I felt him on that, though, because you can get put in the worst scenario possible. And you just go through the worst things ever. I had that situations before. Not running from a monster, but, just in general in life. In the second chapter, they spawned him all the way back, and when he was in school or something, and he basically trying to get bullied or something like that. It's weird, so I gotta keep reading about it. All I know is, first of all, he was somewhere running away from monsters. Second, he just getting bullied, so I don't know. We're gonna read a little bit of the third chapter, and I think I'm gonna make that the video, because, I ain't trying to make it too long. If y'all really enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe, and just show me some feedback, and show me if y'all like this or not. Because if not, I can definitely read this on my own time. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna still read on my own time, but I just wanted to try something new. Anyways, let's get into it. Chapter 3, place unknown, date unknown, year unknown. So it's basically about to get hectic again. Like I was just telling y'all, it's about to get real hectic. Last time I told y'all he was running from a big-ass monster, It hung in the air in front of Kay like a glazed sheet of glowing glass. I never seen this word before, I ain't gonna lie. And a apaku barrier bisected the chasm, disappearing into the red dust walls on either side and extending up into their summits. Kay had almost run into it, for it had appeared suddenly in front of him, stopping him in his tracks. He had been staring at it for the last few minutes, steeling himself to touch its surface. There was no other way out. The creature lay in this other direction. Cade tried not to ask himself what the barrier was or who had created it and why. He just needed to get as far as way. He just needed to get as far as way. Oh my goodness. He just needed to get as far away from the injured creature as possible. It could be following him, even now. He extended a trembling finger and prodded the sheet as if it were a sleeping giant. The barrier was smooth and chilly, like wet, slicked ice. As soon as he put pressure on it, his finger slipped to the side. It was strange to the touch, and he pulled his hand away, inspecting his finger for frostbite, but his fingertip wasn't even cold. Suddenly, as if it had never been there at all, the barrier was gone. So basically, what I'm trying to get from this small little verse, I say verse, I be reading the Bible and stuff. I guess he's just trying to like heal himself and trying to find a way to like work on his injuries and stuff like that. He's still running away from the monster, by the way, but he's just trying to find like a solution to his little problems. So, what the hell? Cade said slowly, waving his hand through where the wall had been. This was too strange. He tried to stay calm, think logically, even as his heart raged in his chest. He had no choice but to follow the path, see where it led. Cade rounded a shallow bend and saw that the passage widened ahead. He stopped, confused, rubbed his eyes, looked again. The chasm ahead of him appeared almost exactly like the area he had started in. The same ledge, the same rocky outcrop opposite. Had he gone a circle? But the path he had taken was relatively straight. There was no way this was possible. So now it looks like my man's Cade, he is in a maze and he's like confused. So this is where the weird stuff gonna start happening. I wish I would never ever be in these type of situations because I know it's just not fun. Stranger still, the wall above the ledge was caked with dust, and the same kind of rock he had used as a hand axe was there too. Looked like a black jewel. This was all the same, but somehow different, as if the entire area had been sculpted to the exact same design as where he has been before. But how was that possible? He had heard a bellow. I don't know what that means. Loud and far off, like a wounded bull, only it sounded human. Uh-oh. Cade didn't think. Instead, he heard him in its direction, cursing the twisted ankle that he sent shooting pains up his leg. The yelling only got more and more frantic as he got closer to it, but he didn't care. He's about to flip the page like some ASMR. Okay, my camera just tried to tweak. We ain't gonna do that no more. Anything was better than being alone in his desolate hellscape. Then he saw them, another monster crouched in front of a tall kid, his back against another slick barrier like the one Cade had seen before. He wore only his underwear, using his uniform as a matador's cape in one hand, his other in a balled fist. Strangest of all, Cade recognized him, even in the shadows of the chasm. The pale blonde hair was unmistakable, as were the broad, muscular shoulders. Eric, another kid from his school. So basically, he's somewhere where it's another schoolmate that he was probably close to in school or something like that. We're gonna read on about it. It's probably gonna like explain itself. But at least he found somebody, because if he was alone the whole time, might would have been raps. If Eric had seen Cade, he gave no sign, instead punching at the beast's face as his claws tangled in the cloth. As he did, so the creature darted forward, and the boy barely managed to evade its snapping fangs. Cade wanted to turn back, but he knew once the monster was done with Eric, it'd be running at him. His best chance at defeating it would have been when it was distracted. So he charged, his heart pounding as he held the axe high. 10 steps away, 5. He slipped in the wet mud, slamming on to his back. Ahead of him, the monster spun with a screech. Its black eyes narrowed. It leaped onto him, and Cade lashed out, yelling with fear and desperation. His hand thrust into its open gullet, and the length of the hand acts all that stopped the teeth from clamping on his wrist. The creature choked and screeched, its claws sinking into his chest, the points breaking his skin, blood raining down his arms, the stone's tip slicing through the roof of the beast's mouth. Desperate, Cade kicked out and the creature reared up, wrenching the stone from his maw. Cade swung blindly. Okay, so he basically wrecking this monster. He swinging, yelling, doing all this, the monster screaming and everything too. So they in a full brawl right now. Told you, this book right here, this joint a little crazy. Cade swung blindly, screaming at the monster's head, whipped toward him, but the bite never came. Instead, the beast was yanked back, blood flecks, saliva spattering his face as it choked, crooked claws grasping at his throat. Okay, they get the rhyming in this joint. Hold up. Eric had whipped his uniform belt around the beast's scrawny neck and now was heaved onto it, falling to his knees. Cade watched as Eric's knuckles whitened, tightened the loop of the leather as he pulled back on both ends. The monster's black eyes bulged as if they might burst from their sockets. There was a snap, and the eyes gazed over in depth. For a moment, they remained that way. Cade panting on the ground, Eric holding the creature upright, the belt still in his hands. Then he let it fall and stood. He kicked the course like crazy, basically. I don't know this word, but I'm pretty sure it means like he was kicking the mess out of that course. And he looked at Cade. "Thank you," Eric said. Cade stared back. It was the first time he had ever heard Eric speak. Not in the entire 6 months he had known him. Eric had kept to himself back at school, and most of the other kids were too scared to approach him. There were even rumors that he had killed somebody. Whoa. Cade only knew his real name because the teacher had said it in the class once. You're welcome," Cade stuttered as Eric helped him to his feet. Eric craned his neck to the back of his shoulders. Cade saw furrows in his flesh where the monster had managed to... Hold up. This chapter about to be over. Oh my goodness, bro. I gotta read like 2 more pages. Damn, this chapter long as... We gonna finish this one. If y'all get interested, let me know. I'm gonna continue doing this book. So I'm gonna do 1 more page and see where it's about to go. Where was I? Catching with his talents. The marks didn't seem too deep and had already started crusting over, leaving a trail of dried blood down his back. Eric winced as he prodded at him with a large finger. "It was fast," he said, kicking down his opponent again. "I didn't think I had a chance." Cade nodded dumbly as Eric fished his uniform from the muddy ground and began to put it on. It had been clever to use the uniform to tangle the monster's claws. As a result, the top half has been strutted. So Eric tied the arms in a knot around his waist, remaining bare-chested. For a moment, they stood there awkwardly. "You're from school, too?" Eric finally said. "Yeah," Cade said, holding out his hand. Eric replied, smiling at the formality. "You're Cade, right?" Cade nodded, and Eric's big hand... Did my mic just die? Okay, all right. I see where we're going. Okay, hold on. All right, y'all, we back. I had this my microphone out. My bad. Yeah, we're gonna read the rest of this page. I'm almost done. And yeah, I'm gonna get y'all like my little summary of it real quick. Basically, Cade and Eric never spoke. Basically, Eric was like one of them low-key ass dudes that was in the class that never spoke, was strange as a mug, to the point where you think he probably killed somebody. That's how quiet he was and strange he was. Now he's just talking like regular because, he just helped him kill a monster, basically. So it was strange only to introduce himself now. They had been in the same classes and sat near each other for so long. "You know what? What is this place?" Cade asked, hopeful. Eric shook his head. "Maybe we're dead," he mumbled. "Like, there was a fire or something?" Cade asked. "We died in our sleep?" "Yeah." Eric shrugged, bending down and unraveling the belt from around the monster's neck. Maybe this is hell, and this is one of the devils. It looked like a demon to me. Cage stared at it, his gaze skipping from his translucent needle teeth to the inky black eyes. His head looked like one of those deep sea fish, you know, like a viper fish, I think they're called. Why are they so loud outside my house? Like, what's going on? Eric shook his head as if he had never heard him. A viper, he shrugged. A good name as any. Yeah, basically they talking about the monsters, and you know, they talking about the monster. They saying it look like a viper. They think they in hell. Hopefully not, but that's where they think they at. And you know, yeah, that's the Chosen. That's me reading the book. I'm gonna read the full book. You feel me? Don't think I'm just read that chapter and call it, oh yeah, I read a book. Nah, I'm dead serious. I'm gonna actually be reading books. So yeah, that's the Chosen. This is about to be my journey of reading a book, because I never ever read a book in my life. Anyways, this has been your boy Javon H here. Hopefully, or javnci, and hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. It's a little short little video, no small reading. I ain't gonna read the full book on the camera. You feel me? I ain't gonna do that, bro. I'm gonna fall asleep, or I'm gonna just pack it up like I just did now. So like I said, hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. Hopefully y'all been having a good day or good night whenever time you watching this. Wish y'all all blessings, and you know, keep your head up, read books, make music, do whatever you want to do in life, love yourself. And it's been Javon H. It's been Javon, really. And see y'all in the next one. Peace. That was a super long outro, my bad.